Hi there, my name is Pepper. I'm the Asia Head of Community for makesense, and this is a supplementary video to a Notion document that is public, that everyone has the access to in the community, which is the comprehensive webinar guidelines for any makesense community member. So if you find yourself watching this video and with access to this Notion document, then you're probably already very excited to organize a webinar on your own. And so this document is very, very complete. It has all of the resources, all of the instructions, email templates, message templates, rules, and everything that you need to know when you organize a webinar, whether that is as a team or as yourself. It's all in here. So this supplementary video is really just to walk you through this more comprehensive document, the link of which is down below in the description box. So before anything, the first thing you need to know is to ask yourself what type of webinar you can organize, because there are different formats. And if you click the drop-down button here, then you'll see the different types that you can choose from. Again, it always depends on the topic, on the guest or guests you're going to invite, and of course, what is best for you as an organizer as well. So here you'll see there are different formats like the one speaker style, an interview style, a moderated panel discussion, and even interactive style, all of which you can choose from. And of course, there are also descriptions, pros and cons for you to look at depending on, whatever you choose. So it also helps you choose. So this one is the first step, knowing which one you're going to organize and knowing what different types of preparations you have to do when you do choose one. Now, the rest of the Notion document is divided into three very, very important components. The first of which is everything that has to do with before the webinar in pink. The second is during the webinar, so at the event, during the actual event itself in yellow, and also after the webinar, everything that has to do with when it's all over. There are two other parts, which is the FAQs and resources, obviously things that are also relevant for you. So going back to before the webinar, these are all step by step. We have created here a checklist that you can look at when you click the drop down button. And all of these things have suggested deadlines and things that you need to remember. So this is just something you can use. You can copy this on your own Notion platform and use it. But all of the information you need regarding each part is here underneath. So after you've chosen what type of webinar you're going to create or you're going to organize, then of course it's time for you to choose the topic. And for makesense, we're always focused on things that are focused on societal and environmental issues. So topics that are very much about sustainability. Of course, it really helps if this is a topic you personally advocate for or are personally care about and is relevant, especially to your own city or to your own community. Now, if you want to confirm that your topic is all good to go, please do reach out to me or Yana, who is my officer in the community, at these emails. And these emails are things that you can copy in the Notion document. For confirming and inviting your speakers, everything you need to know is underneath as well, including what type of speakers we encourage you to invite, confirming your speakers with us, having email templates for inviting them, the deadlines, the follow-up email, and even asking for their details. And like the ones before, if you click the drop-down button, then you will find all of the information you need, for example, on what type of speakers we encourage you to invite. And most especially, the email templates are all here. So for example, if you're inviting a speaker who is already a casual or a warm contact for yourself or for someone in your team, then you can just click this button. And again, the template is all here. You don't need to ask us over email. The template is here. You can just fill in the blanks. And it depends. So if it's a casual but cold contact, again, there's another template you can use. Everything else is a drop-down button. After you've talked about your speakers, then it's time to prepare the poster, the Zoom, and invite people. And again, the template for making the poster is also here, link here. Preparing the Zoom, all the instructions are there, and even to posting that event, that poster and that Zoom link to the makesense Facebook page is all here. There are also samples if you guys want to see. Lead times are here, so we recommend you prepare at least 2 weeks in advance. And then lastly, before the webinar, we really need you to do a run through of the whole webinar together with the speakers and the facilitators and the organizers, and even either me, myself, or Yana as well. And when doing the run through, there's also a checklist that you need to go through with the audio and video connection, the internet connection in the live stream, the device to be used, and the webinar proper. And very importantly, also a caveat here on what they should stick to discussing and that they should not debate about. So please do read on through this, and please do a run through with all of the people involved in your webinar, including an officer from Make Sense, and go through all of these different rules because it's very important that everyone is aligned. So that's all that has to do with before the webinar. Now, during the webinar, again, there is another checklist. Let me just show you quickly and suggested deadlines for each. There is the program flow sample for a 1-hour event. There are also more guidelines on your role as a facilitator, things with minutes before the live stream, tech support from the Make Sense team, and there's even a Plan B section where what should you do if these different scenarios happen during a webinar? So what if the speaker loses their internet connection? Again, it's a drop-down button and you'll find the answers there. After the webinar, so once you've wrapped up the show, there again is a checklist. It's a bit shorter than the first two, of course, suggested deadline for each. And of course, just reminders on thanking your speakers, thanking your fellow volunteers, fellow ambassadors as well. And the final part of this Notion document is the FAQs as well as the resources. So these two things are supplementary to the first three components. So questions about tokens, who moderates, how to engage, are you qualified, and anything else is here. But if ever some questions are unanswered, again, like I mentioned, you can reach out to myself with my email here or to Yana, who is the community officer, at her email here. And we just inputted some of the resources here at the end with the templates and the PowerPoint that you can use during your webinar. And of course, this training video is the very training video that you probably clicked or that you are watching at this moment. So good luck with organizing your webinar. We're very excited. We're very happy to always see ambassadors, volunteers, micro interns putting together things about topics that they personally advocate for or they personally really do care about. And so don't hesitate to really reach out to us if you're interested to organize one. And we're very excited to see it. So good luck and have fun, most especially. Have a good rest of the day or a rest of the week.